Alright, welcome back to part 2 of Get Piano Lesson 4. We're going to continue on with our basic sight reading exercises by playing 2 more fingering charts with our right hand. Our first chart is going to be short and sweet with only 15 notes to read and play correctly on our piano. And our second chart is going to be a bit longer and not as sweet, with a total of 30 notes to play, all scattered around within our middle C hand position. Now what makes our second chart not so sweet is that we're going to have to increase our speed a little bit in order to play all 30 notes correctly. So let's get right back in our middle C hand position and take a look at our first fingering chart. Now just as before, we don't want to just play these notes, we want to read these notes. And of course, these aren't actual musical notes. These numbers represent the numbers of our fingers, which are prepared to play the actual notes on our piano, just as long as our hand is correctly situated in our first position on the keyboard. Alright, so once again, let's keep our eyes focused on the numbers ahead as we begin to play them slowly and evenly. 3, 5, 4, 2, 2, 4, 3, 1, 1, 3, 2, 5, 4, 2, 1. And as always, when you're playing this exercise correctly with no mistakes and without peeking at your fingers, go ahead and increase your speed. Now, just to make sure that we've been expertly playing our 15-note finger patterns, let's go ahead and play this exercise in reverse. However, with one exception. This time, I'm not going to flip these numbers around. That's right. Let's keep them just as they are and challenge ourselves to read them from right to left instead of the normal way, which is left to right. Now, obviously, this is not the way we read sheet music or even read a book in the Western world. But doing it this way will give us an even greater challenge by forcing us to really pay close attention to each number as we play them. So let's try it, shall we? 1, 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3, 4, 2, 2, 4, 5, 3. Wow. Did that make your head spin or what? Obviously, this takes a lot of concentration in order to get it right. But once it becomes a little easier for you, you should try and play it both forwards and backwards all at the same time. Like this. First play it forwards. Then backwards. Okay, now it's time for our grand finale. During our past 2 piano lessons, we've been working on developing our basic sight reading skills with our right hand. And up until now, we really haven't had a speed requirement. We've been playing all our exercises at a moderately slow and measured pace, with the option of playing faster, but it was never really necessary until now. In this exercise, however, we're going to sight read and play a group of 30 notes that will have us constantly bouncing around within our middle C hand position and also requiring us to play at a significantly faster pace. Now, of course, we're going to play it slowly at first, but this exercise really won't be complete until you can perform it with a certain amount of speed. So think of this exercise as kind of a verbal tongue twister for your fingers. Now, as you may know, tongue twisters are meant to be confusing, and they're also meant to confuse you even more by requiring you to say them several times very fast. Well, that's the basic idea here as well. But there is some good news to this exercise. Although this finger chart is made up of 30 notes, 15 of these notes will be repeated. So essentially, we'll be playing 15 notes twice in rapid succession. So let's get our right hand back in the middle C hand position again, and let's slowly begin to pluck away at these numbers one at a time. 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 4, 2, 5. 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 5, 1. And repeat. 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 4, 2, 5. 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 5, 1. Now as you play these numbers, you may get the sensation that your fingers are closing in on one another and then kind of spreading back out again. Well, that basic motion is what helps to create the tongue twistedness, if you will, or the confusion as you begin to play it at higher speeds. Now that speed is just about the right pace that you should set for yourself in order to play this exercise correctly. Just make sure that you're not making any mistakes and you're playing these notes smoothly and evenly and correctly. If you rush this exercise, you'll just end up tripping over your fingers, and that would be kind of like the vocal equivalent to tripping over your P's if you were trying to say Peter Piper picked a pair of pickled peppers 3 times in a row very quickly. So take it slow in the beginning. Let the accuracy come naturally. And you never know, in time you may be able to play it at even faster speeds. Well, if I was a personal trainer, I think I'd say we had a pretty decent workout during this session. You might not realize it, but by sight reading and playing these numbered fingering charts the way we do, you're actually exercising your brain as well as strengthening your fine motor skills at the same time. So in addition to developing your fingering ability on the piano, you're also helping to keep yourself mentally fit as well. So in our next lesson, we're going to continue enjoying these benefits of playing the piano by using our left hand to review the entire sight reading regimen we just completed. And if you want to get complete details on what we did here today, you can always catch me online at www.getpianolessons.com. As always, it's been my pleasure to bring you this lesson on sight reading for the right hand. But stay tuned for Get Piano Lesson 5, because now we're going to use our left hand to do it all over again.